Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the stream where we are making an Android tower defense game. It's been a while since the last stream, but I've quote unquote accidentally made a few features off stream. But let's take a look what we did last time. Hello, Dennis. Welcome. In a previous stream, we made this random reward generator, which, as you could guess, randomly generates those reward options. And off stream, I made two little changes. The first one is you can reroll the options. There's this new button with a not so nice looking label displaying how many rerolls you have. Just for the testing purposes, I've set it to 99 so we can reroll as we want. But in the playthrough, the player won't have that many rerolls, obviously. Just a few of them, and those can be again gained by rewards, etc. So the first change is that you can reroll the options to find something more useful for you at that time. The other change is when starting a new game, you don't pick just once, but you've got like 3 rewards to start with. This should like kickstart the beginning of the game, making it more enjoyable, faster, and more fun, basically. So this would be the first reward. Then we can pick the second one and a third one, and then the game will start. Like so. So those are 2 little changes I have made since the last time. So let me just put those down there in the changelog. Okay. And now we can decide what to do next. Okay. Let me just know that you can see me, hear me well, everything's working. And my idea was implementing a drag and drop mechanic that could be used. Thank you, Dennis. Thank you. Perfect. Drag and drop for maybe, I don't know, basically the spell casting. And now for casting this fireball, I need to click and then click again to select the target. First of all, we don't see the area that it will hit, and it's not that intuitive. So I would like to maybe just drag down from down there and drag the fireball onto the play field, display its radius or area of effect, and just cast it when you release the finger from the display. So that's one possibility, what to focus on today. And the others might be just make more content for the game, like more enemies, more towers, more spells, more of everything. But they do require some new images. I mean, I could just, again, recolor the older stuff. A new mechanic also could be some bosses. But that would just be like a bigger, tougher guy. I could have some special mechanics that we have to figure out. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna start with the drag and drop. Let's see how would we use it? What's the use case? Is it gonna be just for the spell casting? I mean, that could be a start. Just dragging it. I would. The idea is the player will just place the finger, touch the spell down there, and drag it across the battlefield and release it. Yeah, to specify a target destination, let's call it. I mean, for that example of the spell. And also, while dragging, it would. Yeah, it's an AoE. It already is. I mean, the mechanic is in. It's all working. We just don't see it. That's the problem. It's already like damaging in an area. It's all like, I mean, we just can't see it. As you can see, if you just look at the monsters, they will all blink slightly for a while. It means they are being hit. Okay, so I think I'm gonna need to adjust the input manager. That's the class that handles the touch input. We've got the touch collection, and for now we are looking only for like first taps on the screen and not like already dragging the finger. That's, I think, the moved state is for. This means that this touch input was present before, but it just moved to a different place that simulates the dragging. Now I'm using just press. That's like new touch locations on the screen. So I'm gonna have to utilize this moved touch inputs. I think you might need some identification, or do I have to store like the tap touch location maybe? Not sure. Let me do a little research and let's prepare a method and then we come up with a testing use case. I will see. Okay. So okay. Well, first of all, we're gonna need some flag if we are dragging already or not. So let's call it dragging. Then we need to set this flag to true whenever we start dragging something. That something needs to be draggable. And I think for now I need this spell. To be draggable. And there in the update we are looking for tabs. And we are gonna change this to something else that will just start the drag and drop sequence. Okay. So when we maybe tap this and we don't drag yet. So we are not dragging. Then we should start dragging. But not sure what that method does right now. I don't remember. I think it's gonna change the state. That's this handle spell cast. And we store the current spell. So that's the spell we started to drag. And we change the state to select target. I'm thinking whether I need a new state for dragging, or I could just stay in the previous state, like in the play state, and change the logic a bit. Like we could set this it is dragging. Then we need the the new position. Okay. Let me just try a few things and we might just again hit some roadblocks and try different approach. I mean, as usual, we just need to take a leap of faith and try something. Okay, so I think I need to store the original position as well. Let's call it like, I don't know, start position. I don't want to call the click or the I mean, I should rename this. Let's call it, you know, cast. Okay, let's store the starting position. That's gonna be the position, the initial position of the spell. Then else, otherwise we need to like I'm thinking I need the flag what is being dragged as well. So I could either store it there or yeah, I think I'm just gonna leave it in a single place. And I'm gonna make it a generic object for now. So anything can be dragged. I think. I'm gonna call it dragged item. Yeah. It's also gonna store it. And if this is the dragged item, and we are currently dragging it. I think it should ask for like the new position. It's gonna be inside there. Oh, sorry, I wasn't looking at the chat. Well, let me read through your comments now. Sure, ask anything, Dennis, whatever you need to know. Hello, Guilty. Thank you. Oh, no, very kind. Thank you very much. Hello, Kisslord. How are you? Fine. Anyhow, Dennis, feel free to ask anytime anything. I will read it eventually. So we've got the dragged item. Thinking, oh, there's one more thing I just realized. Since we are using this canvas stretching to cover the whole screen, the position won't be the same. I mean, the screen position isn't the same as the game position. But I've got the scaling somewhere stored, so it should be easy just to... Oh, it's also in the input manager already. Yeah, scaling it down there. And it's also shifted a bit. Because I'm also centering the screen or the canvas on the screen. So that's the shift, and the scale is how much stretched it is. Okay. Watch you with friend, take us in a... Okay. No. Yes, MonoGame is like the open source successor of XNA, so most of the documentation stays valid. I'm thinking I'm gonna store this tab, or how do you? Hmm. Okay, I think I'm not gonna bother with something like a multi-touch, but I'm gonna expect the player to use just one finger for now, just to make it more simple. So how do we do this? I'm gonna call it drag position for now. And if state is moved, like this. Not sure. Oh, okay. So this should return like the current position of this, but I should also somehow handle that the dragging is complete. I mean, for now I could just check for vector 0. Yeah, I think that's gonna be enough for now. No, it will just return the current position, and I'm gonna have to do something with it, and it's gonna be there. So that's there. But let's store it in this new variable, new position. And if it's not the 0 position, let's set it like so. Okay. Else, I think we could stop the dragging process. Like this, and let me change the order. So I'm not gonna bother with those two. I'm just gonna stop the dragging. It should be enough. But once we stop the dragging process, this should start the cast. So that means if we are dragging this spell, we check for the new position. If we get the new position, we are using vector 0 as a invalid. We just change the position. And if we were dragging, but we stopped, it means we are done with the drag. And we cast the spell. But I mean, this doesn't do what we want yet. Yeah, we need to like check if we dragged in the correct area, etc. And also, yeah, this could be done there. And if not, I'm just gonna restore the position to the start position. And if it's like a valid position, I'm gonna start the casting process. But this cast only switches to the select target state. Which is not something we need right now. Because this is just to select the target position, which we are already doing with the drag and drop. So instead of switching to this, which is there, select target, I'm gonna switch to the process spells instead immediately. But now we have to set the current tile we are using as the target. But since we are sending the tile, we know its position. So we can just extract the position from the sender, I guess. I mean, we are sending this spell. Okay. We've got the current spell. I mean, we've already got the current spell, right? So there we are. We need the position on a map. And map to screen. I mean, but again, it needs to be transformed with the canvas stretching and stuff. But for starters, I think I can change all of these to the current spell position. But this needs to be transformed. I now have to figure out the formula. So that's getting the position from the screen to the game space. So, they might already have it, right? So that's the position that's being set. And it's then back rendered, scaled. Well, I think we are good. We'll see. It's either gonna be distorted or not. So this is the current spell position. Okay. Then so we are skipping this select target state. So what have we missed? Let's getting the target. We've already got this, and switching to process spell. We've already got this as well. So I think we should be good. So let's go through this one more time. If you have a specific grid size, why do you need to stretch and scale it? I'm gonna try and explain this. It's simply just to be compatible with any phone screen sizes. I mean, different phones have different display sizes in pixels. So the game area is at some size rendered, or the inner logic. Let's say this one tile is 64 pixels in game logic, but those 64 pixels wouldn't cover the whole display. So we are just taking the game screen and stretching it to fill the whole phone display, whatever size it is. Does that make sense? Yeah, something like that, exactly. To be compatible with all the screen sizes and resolutions, exactly. Okay, that's not what I wanted. Okay, so when casting a spell, okay, that's being done when update spells. The spell update. If you tap the spell for the first time and you're not dragging, then you start dragging. We study position, which we don't use right now, but it's like a fallback position. If the final position is gonna be invalid, we're gonna revert back to this position, but we don't need it right now. We store the item just to make sure we know what we are dragging. To compare. And if we are dragging and we are dragging this, we ask for the new position and set it. And this new position is, if we've got a tab that's moved, gonna return this position again, scaled back to the game logic. And if this does not find any moved tabs, we're just gonna return 0. Okay. And then we compare for this. So if we moved, we set the new position. If we did not, this means we are done with the dragging and we cast the spell. Okay. And casting a spell will invoke this. It just sets the spell and process it. I can see a problem there, but yeah, whatever. I mean, we should restore the position at the end anyway, so that it's back at its place. Where are we? There. We'll call the action. Mark it as used. I'm also gonna restore the position. That's in the okay. Come on. Let's try this. I'm pretty sure I've missed a few places. We'll see. And this isn't foolproof by any means. I mean, the splash damage, it gets the position where it gets cast, and just compares the distances. So even if we cast it off the battlefield, shouldn't be a problem. That case. Okay, let's find a firewall. Okay. I just don't need to survive a little longer. Okay, now it's not working. I think I forgot to reset something. Probably the dragging. Okay. So, first of all, let me get more lives. Now the Android emulator is part of the Android Studio. Like that. The Android Studio. And I've got a few emulators, and that's this one running. The studio, the VS Code just connects to the emulator. So user lives, and to reset something, I'm not sure what happened there, but I think it's the dragging wouldn't reset because of things, because it's being set to false only there. I also want to call this reset maybe there, so I don't have to do this. Is this okay? Let's see, it should be. Okay. The closest one is for the Linux, but it's pretty much the same. So, kind of, yes. It's quickie number 7. Okay, so let's try that spellcasting stuff. I think it's kind of working. I mean, it's pretty much working as it intended. I mean, the idea is not to drag the icon, but to transform it into a nicer image that would represent the area that it would hit. But I think it's working. Cool. Yeah, looks good to me. Not sure what will happen now when I got interrupted. Yeah. Kind of bugged out. We try again. So I was dragging there. Yeah. When we drag and the wave ends, we're just gonna lose this spell. Or I think it's gonna be cast wherever we ended the move. Nope. Well, let's quickly try this again. Oh, and now we've lost, so the game got restarted. Damn. Dragging. Okay, the wave ends. Start. Yeah, and it's buggy. We need to reset the spell when the wave ends as well. That should be easy. That's also in the blade spell. It's there. We should also reset the position. Oh, let me just... I think that's gonna be the easiest. Oh, and we are not. Oh, we need the dragged item. We don't have the... Okay. Let's do it like this. Maybe just reset the position. We haven't finished the dragging. It's gonna end it and reset the position. Okay, good work. Different sizes based on the spell. I like different sizes for the area of effect. Yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's currently handled in the there. The actions for the spells. Currently for Fireball, it's like 2 tiles radius. So we can change that per spell. We can have different values, definitely. So what were we testing? What if we are dragging and the wave ends? Okay. So I'm dragging. The wave is going to end. Now it shouldn't be broken. Okay, so we've got all our spells now. And we can drag again. Yeah, no problem. Okay, so this is working. Now I just need to add like the, I don't know, secondary image to show the radius. And we are doing something like that for the towers already. Well, I'm not sure if the functionality is still there, but it was. Yeah, when clicking a tower, we can see the radius. So I could use something like this if I remember how I did that. We can find it. It's gonna be somewhere in the tower, or rather not. It's gonna be somewhere. There. When we draw the web objects, then we are drawing the tower's range. But we are limited for the map. And so where do we need this? Inside the place state, I guess. So that's where we are dragging. So we can do something like draw thingy, but we don't know the range as it's not part of the spell, but we can make it there. Now, are we going to use pixels? I think. No, it's currently just a hobby with very limited time. It would be cool if I could work on something like that full time, but I'm afraid it wouldn't make it like a chore. I mean, it's fun when it's not work. But one yeah. Yeah, so maybe one day when I retire. So we've got the range, and we should assign the value. Exactly. It's really hard to be an indie game developer. So we should set the range. Hello, Blue Knight. How long does it take to learn MonoGame to make a basic 2D game? Oh, there are too many variables to answer that. First would be, are you already familiar with C#? Do you understand the programming language? The other one would be, what is a basic 2D game? I mean, I've seen people starting with Pong clones, and you can definitely make a Pong clone in a few hours. So, like a day at most. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward framework. It's very easy for the basic stuff and 2D stuff. So we've got the range. We need to set the range. That's in pixels. 64 is one tile, so let's do like let's keep it the same. Yeah, you're welcome and thank you. Thank you. So now we've got the range inside the spell. And let's do this. I should somehow make it into there. And I don't want to bother with refactoring all of this right now. Okay. So we've got the range, we've got the current spell somewhere, and the map has the ability to draw some range circles. I would like to make a method from that. Yeah, the beginnings are the hardest, right? Draw range. Draw range. That will be enough. So we need a position. And the range. Oh, that's the scale. Right. I forgot if that's in tiles or pixels. Like tile size, that's in pixels, right? Okay. Range. Anything else? No. Just the center point, any radius. Should be enough. Okay. Let's float. Do I want to change this? Okay. Okay. That's that. And now we can use this method from anywhere. Well, not anywhere. But if I do like this. I mean, I don't need to make it static, right? We've got access to the map anyway. So let's get back to the play state and draw that circle, hopefully. But only if we are dragging. So we need the position. Okay, since we can drag only spells right now, I'm not gonna bother with checking for any types and stuff. I'm just gonna cast it as a spell. So like this. Range on this is in. It can be autocasted into float. Okay. Yeah, not a draggable property, but I think I'm gonna refactor everything to implement the interface of draggable. So anything that will implement draggable will be draggable. I just don't want to bother with that right now. I can do all this refactorings off stream eventually. I just need something that is working and proves the concept. I think this should be it. So if we are dragging anything, we're gonna draw the circle. Okay, we'll see. So we should finally be able to see what we are hitting potentially. Because now it's all been like firing blindly. Let's pick fireballs. Yeah, looks good. Okay. Something wasn't working. And there was some kind of bug, but I'm not sure how I made it. Oh, I've just lost. Okay. So if I keep dragging, wave ends. Okay. Okay. Looks good. Nope. Now I just lost the cast somehow. Not sure why. Yeah. Not sure what's going on. sometimes it just misfires. Like now. Yeah. Not the mouse position. I mean, it seems it doesn't care if I move away from the screen. Like now, see? I dragged and it just dropped. It's usually the leftmost one. Not sure if some UI stuff like this, not this arrow thingy that's dragging from the side. That's some Android stuff. If it's interfering or not, what's causing it? Now I'm just lost. Okay, so it's a little buggy. Not sure why and where and when. Yeah, this leftmost one is acting strange. It feels like we are now totally desynced. This arrow thingy. Can I disable this? Not even sure what it is. Okay. Oh, we are. Let's just move all these spells like at least one tile away from the edge for now until I figure out. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But let me mark this again. Oh, we are at 16 still, right? Like, I feel like we've done a base for this mechanic. We deserve to put it on the changelog, right? Well, it's working better than I expected for a first try. Okay. I think it's not happening now. It was really a problem just with the leftmost, and I think it's because I was dragging this Android UI for the arrow. It's some, I don't know, Android feature that should do something. I need to find a way to disable this. If anyone knows which feature this is in Android, just please let me know in the comments at least, so that I can find a way to disable this. I really don't know. Okay. Fireballs are really powerful once you line them up. We will have to balance this. App drawer. Sure. I mean, there's this button. Not sure what this does. Seems like having fireballs is making the game too easy, right? Once you line them up. It's also kind of satisfying right now. It's a nice reward for making this mechanic. Okay. So I'm glad I've got this one of the list, or this semi-working OD list. I was a bit afraid. So it's always nice to get something working. Okay, I think this is gonna be it for today. We've made some progress. I hope you liked it. So thank you very much for being here with me or watching a recording. And I will see you soon. Thank you. Leave a like, leave a comment, leave suggestions. Take care. See you soon. Bye bye.